We are continuing on from yesterday where we started remixing the Antix tune Le Lascard, and we simply just got all the stems that they had sent me and put them into clip slots in session view, and then I just threw a few clips down just to have a little bit of a jam and hear them all playing with each other, which is quite fun, but we haven't really done anything creative yet. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, this distort pad sound, or this particular arrangement of notes and sound, to me is the real center point of this track. It's a very cool chord transition, and it plays just before the drop as we kind of put together here. And I'd like to expand on this. I think this is a really good theme, and I've always wanted to put my take on it. So I'm going to just jump in straight away today and recreate this in a MIDI track. So let's go ahead and recreate a MIDI track, and we'll just call this pad main bend, because it's bendy. Bend, there we go. And I'm going to be using a wavetable because I want to use MPE to do the pitch changing, because the thought I've got in my head is I'd like to be able to create chords out of this and have each of the individual notes in the chord bend in interesting ways. So it might be a little bit too much, like it's quite a simple theme and I don't want to oversaturate it with new ideas, or do I? That's usually what I do in a remix. We'll see what happens anyway. So I'm just going to create a MIDI clip here and make sure preview is on. Now let's just find what note we're working with. Let's have a listen. Okay, so we're working in E flat, so let's just put this down here. Then we go down and imagine up to, we need to go like this, 1, 2, 3. That should be the notes. Change it to a saw. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, instead of going into the MIDI control pitch bend to bend these notes, which is what I'd usually do, I'm going to go over here and do it with on the per note basis. So when we do actually add the additional notes, we can do some cool bending stuff. In fact, first things first, let's go ahead and let's get rid of the envelope stuff here, because I don't want the note to repeat itself when it plays again. I want it to just continue on. Okay, that's because we've got some release. So we might get a click here, but let's have a listen. It's about as good as we can ask for. Now let's go ahead, before I do the pitch bending stuff, let's put the actual chords in here. So it sounds like it goes from minor to a major, I think. We could change this. We could change this. We could make it the relative minor by putting a C in there, so it may not work, but let's have a quick listen. Nope, it does not work. So let's just stick with the E flat major. Let's bring this down. Bring this back up. It's a bitty pick. Here's a really interesting thing that's happening. I can hear I can hear this note playing, the D sharp 4. And it's actually playing an octave above. So is this because of a weird harmonic illusion? I mean, what could be happening here? I'm not going to get into it in this video because I don't actually understand it fully. But you can actually recreate notes if you have the right amount of notes in a chord that have a, I think it's kind of a relative harmonic that will end up kind of playing because of physics and shit. But I don't think these two are enough to point to it. This could be just an error with wavetable. Let's try, just out of curiosity, let's try an operator with a sine wave instead, a saw wave. And let's make sure we give this no release as well. Okay, we're not getting it there, so everything I just said is untrue. So it is actually some weird glitch with this wavetable. What happens if I change one of these notes? I'm quite curious about this. It's going to sound dissonant. It's still playing that high note. What if I get rid of this? So when I add this, we're getting a few octaves up. That's so peculiar. If anybody knows why this is, please do let me know. What if I bring this up? It's only when this one plays. So this is 2 octaves of this D. What happens if I play a D1 and a D2? Are we hearing this one? Yeah, we are. Well, look, I don't know what's going on there, but anyway, let's one more thing. Let's just change the wavetable, see if we still get it. It must be something to do with the way that the wavetable is creating the saw wave here. Oh, of course we're need to go into the major. This is way too low. Okay, let's just do some sliding. I'm getting a bit sidetracked here. So this one goes down to here. We hold down Alt to snap, and then this one goes up to here, which is the F, and then the F slides back down to the D3. So let's just listen to that. Okay, let's slide these notes as well. And this one remains the same. But we could do, we could try something a little bit fancy and go up to the C, and then this one comes down from the C. Let's have a quick listen to that. It's starting to sound pretty chiptune, but that is because of the square wave. But let's just continue on with what we're doing and then refine it in a later video. And this one stays the same. No, this one doesn't. This one goes down. Yeah, this is where interesting stuff's going to happen, is when the slides cross over each other. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. And this one needs to slide up to the G, like this. Where does this one go? Oh, we haven't added a note for this, so... Oh no, we go down to the G2, so that's going to be quite a big slide. That's cool. Let's see what happens. It's a little bit sensitive, that. Accidentally put in a note there. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Good one, Tom. You've made chiptune. I'm curious to see what that sounds like with an arpeggiator. I'm not going to make chiptune. Not for this track. Okay, so let's change it to a saw. We're still getting that that upper note, which is really interesting. Man, that's so weird that that's happening. And it's interesting because this track, when it's just playing a single note, so that E flat, we're sticking in that key. You know, this sounds like a minor, you know? What do the chords do? Are these major or minor? Major, pretty much. I mean, that could be a minor. Could we go from the major to the minor? That would involve pitch bending this down. Just down a semitone. There's an idea to explore in the next one. Do we have everything in a minor, and then just for this particular part of the track we suddenly go into the major version? We'll see. I have a feeling this is where the main idea of this remix is going to come from. Anyway, catch you later.